So, inshallah, today we will complete the standard structure of the ism-based sentences. So, I will give you a quick review of what we did last time. So, we are on the same page, inshallah, and then we take things from there. So, last time we, of course, we are discussing.
एक क्वेश्चन था छोटा सा स्टार्ट करने से पहले।
जी।
कल एक आयत देखी थी कुरान में, सूरह मरियम
जी।
आयत नंबर नहीं सूरह बकरा की आयत 126 है। इसमें है व इस काला इब्राहिम रब्बी अल हाजा बलदन। इसमें हाजा हमारा वो है पॉइंटर वर्ड है और उसके बाद बलदन आ रहा है जो अल के साथ नहीं है, लेकिन इसकी नजर नहीं शेयर तो मैं
I'm sharing my screen. मैंने आयत इंसर्ट कर दी। Where is it?
126
नहीं फात सूरह मरियम की बात कर रहे हैं।
सूरह नहीं सूरह बकरा है, सूरह बकरा है, सूरह
अच्छा
सूरह बकरा की ये
126 सॉरी।
यार मेरी अंग्रेजी कमजोर है, आपको पता है। 126
असल में कंप्यूटर वर्ल्ड में चल रहा है ना, सोए भी एक वर्ड करके टाइप करते हैं।
जी जनाब, क्या है यहाँ पे?
ये जो हाजा बालादन
जी,
इसकी ट्रांसलेशन जो शो हो रही है वो हो रही है मेक दिस सिटी अ सिटी ऑफ पीस।
जी,
तो इसकी ट्रांसलेशन तो दिस इज सिटी नहीं होना चाहिए।
दिस इज एडवांस्ड। मैंने
अच्छा,
आपको बताया खबर इज ऑलवेज रफा, राइट, एंड दिस इज नसब। दिस इज समथिंग यू हैव नॉट डन येट।
यानी जो पॉइंटर वर्ड के बाद अगर अल नहीं भी लग रहा तो भी चांस है कि जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बार इज आएगा उसमें। क्योंकि शुरू में हमने इसी तरह से किया था इसको कि अगर नहीं है तो फिर वो दिस इज
लेटर। राइट नाउ यू नीड टू नो इफ देयर इज नो अल देयर इज एन इज।
जी ठीक है।
So of course उसके बाद जाके जब आप fail studies पढ़ लेंगे then ism and fail will start to mix up, right? So things will change, we will break many rules in the future, ठीक है? तो
यानी जो हमने सारे 5 ये पढ़े थे कि पॉइंटर वर्ड्स, इंडिपेंडेंट प्रोनाउन, हर्फ ऑफ नस्ब, इन यानी ये जरूरी नहीं है कि हर बारी ये इनके बाद इज हो। मोस्ट प्रोबेबली इज होगा लेकिन हर बार जरूरी नहीं है।
yes true, but don't go beyond this point, ठीक है?
ठीक है,
इससे ज्यादा समझने की अभी कोशिश करें।
ठीक है।
डॉक्टर साहब कहना चाह रहे हैं कि आप मजीद कंफ्यूज होंगे आगे जाके।
आप तलहा भाई बन जाएंगे।
अच्छा एक और क्वेश्चन था इसमें जो कल एग्जांपल मैंने भेजी थी हर्फ ऑफ नसब की, उसमें था ज़ालिका बि अन्ना अल्लाह हुवल हक्कु व इन्नहु।
जी,
इसकी ट्रांसलेशन बनती थी दैट इज सो फॉर गॉड इज द अनडिनाइबल रियलिटी। अब इसमें हमारा वो भी आ रहा था, पॉइंटर वर्ड भी आ रहा था और इसमें हमारा वो हर्फ ऑफ नसब भी आ रहा था।
जी जी, you have two मुक्तदास यार।
तो 2 मुब्तदा है तो फिर दोनों के बाद इसलिए लगा है इसमें।
जी करेक्ट, एंड यू स्टिल हैवंट लर्न एवरीथिंग अबाउट देम, ठीक है?
ठीक है।
सो देयर आर few things you still need to learn.
अच्छा फाद, मैंने ये देखा है कि कुरान में प्रॉपर फॉलोड बाय कॉमन जो है ना वो जरा मुश्किल से मिलता है। हालांकि कॉमन मैंने बड़ी कोशिश की, बड़े रैंडम जुमले मुझे ना नहीं मिल रहे थे। हर दफा कोई प्रॉपर कॉमन फॉलोड बाय प्रॉपर था जिसकी वजह से वो इदाफा की वजह से वो भी प्रॉपर बन जाते हैं। बट मुझे बड़ी मुश्किल हो रही थी ये एग्जांपल ढूंढने में जहाँ पे प्रॉपर फॉलोड बाय कॉमन हो।
हो सकता है एब्सोल्युटली, बट देयर आर केसेस, मिले जरूर होंगे, मुश्किल से मिले होंगे। जैसे अभी सोहेब ने भी भेजा था, आई थिंक प्रॉपर को फॉलोड बाय कॉमन। All right, चलें, so what we discussed last time folks was sentences, of course jumla ismiya. Jumla ismiya, we said the structure is A followed by B and followed by C. In the last class we discussed what is A. So A was anything like pronoun, independent pronouns, independent pronouns. It was a pointer. It was a harf of nasab. It could be ism ishara. Is a pointer is the ism ishara. It is what was it? Break in the chain. Anything else we did? I think this was it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more missing. Independent pronoun, pointer.
Proper followed by common.
Proper followed by common, correct. Proper followed by common. These things are A, and we said A is mubtada. Mubtada is a topic, subject. It is incomplete. Does not give you the full information. You know what topic or subject you're going to talk about, but you do not know anything more than that. That's mubtada. That's A. We did that last time, right? We did few examples. Then we did B. B, we said, is rafa. Okay. We said in special cases, it can be nasab, but we skipped that topic this time. We said we are not going to do this at this stage. So we striked it out, if you remember. Okay. Right now, for us, khabar is rafa. Okay. And it could be any ism that is rafa. And we called it a khabar. This is khabar. Now, khabar is information about the topic, the mubtada, information about mubtada. Okay, so that's what we did. And the third thing is C, which we have not done yet. Today we will do C. And once we have done C, we will be completing the sentence structure from A, B, and C, how a normal sentence structure looks like. Okay, so let's dive into C. C is simple. It's not too challenging. There's one thing challenging about it, which I'll come to you, inshallah, in a bit. So for you, C is two things. It can be just two things. It can be harf of jar, right? When you find a harf of jar, it's a C, meaning it is additional information about the information or related information to the information, basically. And it can also be idafa with special mudafs of time and place. Now hold on this. We will digest this, okay? Harf of jar, idafa with special mudaf of time and place. Okay? The Arabic terminology for this one is muta'alliq bil khabar. मैं इंग्लिश में लिखता हूं पहले muta'alliq bil khabar, meaning related to khabar. It has a ta'alluq with the khabar, right? In Arabic, it would be muta'alliq bil khabar. Okay? Muta'alliq bil khabar. So you have a mubtada, you have a khabar, and you have a muta'alliq bil khabar. These three things always form together an ism-based sentence, the Jumla Ismiyah in Arabic language. Every Jumla Ismiyah is composed of these three things. And we learned in the past that it could be mubtada and khabar only. It could be mubtada and muta'alliq bil khabar only. It could be mubtada and muta'alliq bil khabar and khabar only. Could be anything. You could have multiple khabars, you could have multiple muta'alliq bil khabars, you could have multiple mubtadas. But these three things will form the structure of the entire Jumla Ismiyah. Okay, question?
जब हमने शुरू में अरबिक स्टार्ट की थी तब हमने पढ़ा था रफा इज द डूअर ऑफ एन एक्शन एंड नसब इज द डिटेल ऑफ एन एक्शन, राइट? बट जब हम सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर में बात करते हैं और हम रफा की बात करते हैं तो वो बताता है कि ये खबर है, ठीक है, और डिटेल जो है वो जर स्टेट में होगी, ठीक है। तो ये चीज सेंटेंस स्ट्रक्चर से रिलेटेड है या ये बिल्कुल डिफरेंट चीज है, या हमें ये वो डेफिनेशन भूल जानी चाहिए आपके रफा इज अ डूअर ऑफ एन एक्शन?
What you have learned, Tala, you don't need to forget anything. What you learned in the beginning of classes was correct but incomplete.
अच्छा.
Now you are completing those definitions over time. ठीक है, let's give a quick reminder to all of us. तो आप हमें ये चीज समझ आ जाएगी.
फाद भाई, आपने वो भी तो
जी.
एक अच्छा पॉइंट आया था पिछली दफा, मैंने ये क्वेश्चन किया था, तो आपने ये कहा
जी.
था कि डूअर जो है वो फेल का होगा. अभी हम
जी.
लोग फेल नहीं पढ़ रहे, इसम बेस्ड
जी.
सेंटेंस है, तो
जी.
इसलिए
अच्छा.
अभी वो डेफिनेशन जो है वो
जी. जी.
ओके.
The concept
मतलब आप
of
नहीं उसको
doer.
ला सकते. जी
जी, बिल्कुल. The concept of doer is the easiest way for new students to teach what is rafa. If I had started with Mubtada, you would be lost. If I had started with Khabar, you would be lost. Doer is the easiest way to start teaching the concept of Rafa. That's why it is usually taught like that.
ओके.
Okay? So, Rafa, let's be very clear. Rafa can be a doer, which will come with the studies of fail. We'll deep dive a lot in the doer studies. Now you also know Rafa can be Mubtada. And now you also know Rafa can also be Khabar. For an ism in Rafa, these three are the labels that you will apply on any ism in Rafa. Any ism can be labeled as a doer or a mubtada or a khabar if it is in Rafa state. Okay. And later on, the more details that are more complex and advanced that will come later on. But right now, these are the three labels you need to know. When you see an ism in Rafa, it could be doer, it could be mubtada, it could be khabar. These are three distinct concepts and they have distinct roles in Arabic language. When you find an ism as a mubtada, it means it is starting a sentence. It doesn't necessarily have to show you some action. Okay? When you're talking about an ism which is a doer, then you're talking about someone doing something. And it has to have a connection with a fail. When you find a ism with rafa as a khabar, then it means there was a topic that was started and now this is providing additional information. Right? So these are three roles rafa can play in Arabic language for now. And there are three different labels. You don't need to forget anything, remember them, but you have not learned everything about all of these three things. Okay?
So in this case, sorry. So
Please,
Mubtada can Mubtada can be Rafa as well then. A can be Rafa too then.
If you remember, because independent pronouns are always Rafa.
Yes.
Pointers are always Rafa. Right? When you have proper common followed by common, then actually your proper ism has to be Rafa. Okay? And it will always be Rafa if it has to be Mubtada. Okay? Break in the chain, when you find break in the chain, the first ism that is before the is will have to be Rafa. Only the harf of nasab case is the case when you don't have Rafa. Okay? Otherwise, all of them will be in Rafa. Okay? Clear?
So we might end up having A and B both Rafas then. Our
G.
Mubtada
Correct.
is a Rafa, so is the B, so is the Khabar.
Correct. Correct. And that's what we are saying. So Mubtada and Khabar both can be Rafa. Now, Nasab. We said Nasab is anything that comes after harf of Nasab. Right? There is another thing that can be Nasab. There are many other things that can be Nasab. Nasab has many labels as well, but we are not there yet. So far, this is what we have learned. So we'll stick with this. Okay. And then Jar. Jar, we said it's a word after of.
Word after of, yes.
That's what we said. So now in a more technical terminology, now that you guys are more senior students of Arabic, it's basically a mudaf ilay. Right? It's a mudaf ilay. Mudaf ilay is always jar. That's what we are saying when we said the word after of. Correct? So it's a more Arabic way of saying things. That's one thing. The second thing, the word that comes after harf of jar. That's a second label of jar. It will always be jar. Jar is usually like this in two cases, right? So ये सारी चीजें जो हैं, doer, mubtada, khabar, harf of nasab, mudaf ilayh, harf of jar, these are all labels of these three types of ism, rafa, nasab, jar. Because each type has a different role in a sentence. It's a good point to teach you the C thing that we were discussing. For example, last time we constructed a sentence, huwa muslimun. Right? Huwa muslimun. Now, we all know, I hope, we can identify the mubtada and the khabar here. Can we identify the mubtada?
Huwa.
Huwa. And huwa, what is the status of huwa?
Rafa.
Rafa. Because independent pronouns are always rafa. Okay? And muslimun is the second rafa that you have found here. And it's a second rafa. It is going to be khabar. And there is a is in the middle. Okay? Yahan tak?
Yes.
And question?
No.
All right. Now, we have the mubtada and the khabar. We have A and we have the B. And then I say, min
Pakistan.
Min Pakistan. Now, he is a Muslim. Min Makkah. Sorry, not min Makkah, min Makkah. It's a bit tricky. Maybe I've taken a tricky example. Wait a second. Min, how should I say? Give me a country.
Pakistan.
Yeah, chalo wahi kar lete hain. Kyunki this is partially flexible actually. I was looking for a fully flexible country.
Okay.
Anyway, so min Makkah.
नहीं
चले, it's okay. It's okay.
वो क्या था, ईडन गार्डन जो था, वो क्या नाम था उसका?
Adnun. Chale, I think we all understand. So we know Makkah is partially flexible, so it doesn't take a kasra, right? We all remember that. The partly flexible ism doesn't take a kasra. So it in the jar state, it is going to take a fatha. Ibrahimu, Ibrahima, Ibrahima. Everyone remembers that? Any challenges? Yes, good. Now, this particular one, what fragment is this?
Idafa.
Think again.
Oh, sorry, harf of jar.
Harf of jar. And what did we say? C is a
harf of jar.
Harf of jar, right? So this means min Makkata is a muta'alliq bil khabar. It's a muta'alliq bil khabar. He is a Muslim from Makkah, right? So when you find a harf of jar, it is a muta'alliq bil khabar. In a Jumla Ismiyah, in an ism-based sentence, when you find a harf of jar, it is a muta'alliq bil khabar. هذا كتاب هذا كتاب هذا كتاب هذا كتاب محمد let's say من Pakistan. Let's see if we can find mubtada, khabar and muta'alliq bil khabar. Okay, so mubtada, khabar and muta'alliq bil khabar. You're looking from the right to left. You find the first ism, that is haza. What label can I put on it and why?
Mubtada.
Pointer
word and no al after it. So.
Correct. It's a pointer word. It is always rafa. And we know there is no al after, therefore it's a mubtada. Now I move forward and I find another ism in rafa. Another ism in rafa. So if the first one was mubtada, the second ism that I'm finding what could it be?
Khabar.
Khabar. It is khabar. And I move forward and I find another ism which is jar. So how should I be analyzing all of this together so far?
So kitab Muhammad
It's
idafa nahi hoga.
mudaf ilayh.
Correct. It's an idafa fragment, right?
Idafa.
Kitabu Muhammadin.
Muhammadin.
So when I label a khabar, because of the kitab, the entire fragment will be labeled as a khabar because it's changed together. We can't break it. Kitabu Muhammadin is the khabar. Right? Everyone sees that? You can't break the chains. Then you move forward and you find completely different, something that's completely different. Min Pakistana. Pakistana, because it's partly flexible. Okay? Min Pakistana. What is Min Pakistana?
Harf of jar.
Harf of jar.
Jar majroor.
Jar majroor, correct. And what label on the sentence structure I would put on it? Is it A, B, or C?
Mutaa'liq.
It's a mutaa'liq bil khabar. Correct.
Just out of interest, Fahad bhai, ye Al Pakistan kyun hai?
Proper.
I mean, you don't have to. In my typing flow, I might have. You can write like this.
Pakistan to वैसे proper है
But the name of the places are always proper.
Always proper. That's correct. And by the way, there are few countries that actually do put al with their name in Arabic. Okay, so it's not unusual to have an al with a country name in Arabic. Okay.
The United Kingdom. ठीक है.
चले. So clear है ये बात? मुब्तदा, खबर and मुतअल्लिक बिल खबर. ठीक है? Now, हमने अभी तक जो cover किया, what type of sentence is it? Is it AC sentence, AB sentence, ABC sentence? What is this sentence?
ABC.
It's an ABC sentence. This one is also an ABC sentence, right? Let's go to the second part. Now, from this point on, you should have clarity on what is A, B, and C. And let's apply this little bit to the Quran before I move forward and teach you the second part of this story. Maybe I'll pick up a surah. Tala, choose a surah. Which surah should I choose?
Surah Takwir.
Takwir nahi yaar, thodi challenging hai, chhod doge. Takwir nahi. Is this
Surah Taghabun.
Taghabun. Let's choose Taghabun.
So Surah Munafiqun.
Okay, let's choose Taghabun. I'll insert the entire thing. Okay. يسبح لله ما في السماوات وما في الأرض. Let's decode this. Okay, guys, I want you to tell me a mubtada, khabar, and a muta'alliq bil khabar. So we're looking from this point on. The waw is a connector. Okay, so you can skip the waw. Come first, you find huwa. What label should I be putting here? Mubtada. It's the starting of the sentence. He. It just gives me the topic. What do you know about ala kulli?
Harf of jar and jar. Yeah.
Harf of jar. It's a jar majroor. So what label does it carry in a Jumla Ismiyah?
C. Muta'alliq.
C. And what's the Arabic term? Muta'alliq khabar. So far, did you find any khabar so far? No. You just found a muta'alliq bil khabar, right? And you continue and you picked up the next word. Kulli shay'in. What is the relationship?
Idafa.
And do you think all of this is connected?
Yes.
All of this is connected. So can I separate it? No.
Yeah. Yeah, Fahad.
Kulli shay'in
Kulli is special mudaf as well, right?
Ji. It is. So, I'm coming there.
अच्छा
अभी ना जाओ उधर, ठीक है? It is also a special mudaf, but because we have found ala, so we are treating it from the jar majroor perspective. It is a special mudaf, and that is why kulli shay'in is a idafa fragment. Right? The fact is, from ala to shay'in, it's all connected, right? And it all started as a jar majroor. Everyone sees that, right? When things start as a jar majroor, which bucket in Jumla Ismiyah you're going to put it in? It's Mutaa'liq bil Khabar bucket. The entire thing, because you can't separate. Is that much clear?
Ji.
Good. Now we move forward. We find another ism, Qadirun.
Khabar.
Khabar.
It's a Khabar. It's a ism. It's a second ism in Rafa that we found. It's a Khabar, right? Now there is an invisible is between invisible is between huwa and ala kulli shay'in qadir. So mubtada and ala kulli shay'in and qadir. He is upon everything all powerful. Now give me the structure of this sentence. Is it A B C structure? Is it A C B? It's an A C B structure, right? Is it a normal structure? Standard
No.
structure?
No.
No. It's not a normal structure, it's abnormal structure. So there is something more going on here, which we have not touched upon yet. Okay. In a normal structure, you have A, B, and C structure. Okay. And we'll inshallah go there later on. Let's move forward. Let's label this. Mubtada, khabar, muta'alliq bil khabar. What is mubtada here?
Mubtada is Allahu.
Allahu.
The word Allahu. By the way, in Arabic, we use the term lafzul jalala for the word Allah. Okay, so what we'll say is lafzul jalala is the mubtada. Okay, the word of the majesty is the mubtada. Okay, so lafzul jalala is mubtada. Everyone sees that it's starting of the topic. It's a proper ism. Now we move forward. What do we find?
Another Rafa. Khabar.
Another rafa. Is it a common ism or a proper ism?
It is
Alimun.
Common.
It is common, right?
Common.
It is common.
It's a proper followed by common case, right? Proper followed by common case. So, and it is rafa, and we say it's a khabar. We put it in the khabar bucket. Now move forward. Bizati. What do you think bizati could be?
Harf of jar.
Harf of jar.
It's a jar
Harf of
majroor.
jar.
Jar majroor, correct. So as soon as you find jar majroor, which bucket you are thinking about in Jumla Ismiyah?
C.
C.
Khabar.
Mutaa'liq bil khabar bucket. Okay. And you pick up bizati and then you go forward and you find suduri in jar. So what should I do? I want to analyze it a little bit.
Idafa.
It's an idafa fragment with zati suduri. Okay. Now, do you remember those 5 special isms I taught you? One of them was zu, za, and zi.
G.
If you remember, in
Yes.
possession of. And the feminine version of zu, za is, and zi was zata, zatu, zati. Zatu, zata, zati. If you remember, if you have watched that video, that means the possessor of, in possession of, zati. Okay? And suduri is the chests. Bizati suduri. So whatever is you have in possession in your chests and hearts, right? That's what it means. So wallahu, Allah is all knowledgeable with whatever you have in your hearts. Everyone sees that?
फहद एक मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूं यहाँ पे
जी
यार जिस तरह ये वल्लाहु अलीमुन है, ठीक है, मैं इससे आगे बिजाते सुदूर या हर्फ ऑफ जार हुआ, उसके बाद इदाफा हो गया, ठीक है। अस सुदूर विल मेक जाती एज आल्सो प्रॉपर, ठीक है। बिकॉज ऑफ द, ठीक है, बिजाती जो है उसकी वजह से अगर अलीमुन और बिजाती देखो तो ये भी एक सेल्फ एक इजाफा बन जाएगा, लाइट विद नो अल फॉलोड बाय जर, ठीक है।
because if you're
अच्छा
making alimun, no, no, wait, if you're making
अच्छा
alimun and bizati idafa, then you're ignoring the ba, which is
ओके
harf of
अच्छा
jar, right?
ओके ये बीच में, ओके ये ब्रेक ऑफ चेन की भी एक एग्जांपल आ जाएगी, है ना।
Gee, there is a break here,
ओके
of course,
ओके ठीक,
but there won't be any is, because you know this is now Jumla Ismiyah has already started, and you're now in the flow of putting Khabar and Mutaa'liq bil Khabar. You're detecting that. So alimun cannot be a mubtada. It's a common ism. Okay. It doesn't fall into the categories we have learned so far. Okay. So mubtada, alimun khabar, bizat is suduri. The entire thing goes in a muta'alliq bil khabar bucket. Okay. Wait a second, yaar. Do not spell check. Red lines create problem. Okay. Give me 1 second. Anyway, नहीं समझ आ गया यहाँ तक. This is an A, B, and C structure of the sentence. Okay, let's go forward a little bit.
इसकी मीनिंग क्या है डॉक्टर साहब, बिजाती सुदूरी की?
Bizati saduri, whatever you have in your hearts, whatever you possess in your hearts.
So अल्लाह जानता है, अल्लाह
जी
वालिम, he's good.
जी जी.
तो लेकिन सर फाहद भाई जो लिटरल मीनिंग है दैट इज चेस्ट.
जी जी मैं आपको हाई लेवल बता रहा हूँ. अल्लाह literal is this. Allah is all knower with what is possessed in the heart, in the chests. This is broken plural.
इट वाज अ ब्रोकन प्लूरल, मुझे याद पड़ता है, पहले पढ़ा था कि
because it's a broken plural, that's why you use zati. Okay, because it is used for feminine. The masculine version was zu, za, and zi. Okay, so that's the literal meaning, but the message here is basically Allah is all knower of whatever you possess in your hearts. And there is a balagha discussion on top of it. And why sudur, why Allah uses the word chest and not hearts.
जी ये मैंने नुमान अली खान साहब को सुना हुआ ये वाला, तो बड़ा जबरदस्त है सर, माशाल्लाह.
there is a very
बहुत
deep
जबरदस्त.
message in it, and inshallah sometime we will discuss. Lekin I recommend that you listen to him. He explains it very well. Okay. Allahu Ghaniyyun Hamid. Let's do this one.
फादर पहले इससे पहले कह रहे बस एक मैं अपनी थोड़ी ये मेरी मेरे ख्याल से कोताही या मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग इज कि एक आयत जो है वो एक कंप्लीट सेंटेंस होती है.
नहीं, not necessarily.
तो मेरा ये पॉइंट था कि हम आयत के बीच में से भी पिक कर सकते हैं सेंटेंसेस.
जी जी sentences go across multiple ayahs too. And one ayah could have 5 sentences, or 5 ayahs could be 1 sentence. Okay? So ayah does not define a sentence alone. So guys, mubtada, khabar, muta'alliq bil khabar.
Sir, word Allahu Jalalihi
Lafzul jalala is
जी that is mubtada.
Mubtada.
Allahu is mubtada, Ghaniyun Hamidun is मौसूफ सिफा ऑफ अल्लाह.
नहीं, क्योंकि गनी और हमीद जो कॉमन है, प्रॉपर नहीं है, तो इट इज नॉट मौसूफ सिफा, इट इज कॉमन फॉलोड बाय प्रॉपर.
करेक्ट.
दोनों मुब्तदा दोनों रफा है.
गनीउन हमीदुन जो है दैट इज यहाँ पे हर्फ ऑफ जर नहीं है, तो इट जस्ट बी, देन दोनों बी हैं
जी. गनीउन इज द खबर नंबर 1, Hamidun is a khabar number 2. Right? The lafzul jalala is a mubtada. So this is a B sentence. A, B, B sentence. Okay.
शम्स भाई आपने कहा कि ये दोनों काम प्रॉपर नहीं है, अगर ये दोनों कॉमन भी हों, फॉर एग्जांपल अगर फिर भी अगर प्रॉपर्टीज मैच हो रही हो तो ये मसऊफ सिफा क्यों नहीं हो सकता?
दूसरा मौसूफ का है,
नहीं, पर वो
मौसूफ
अल्लाह
नहीं
के
है।
साथ नहीं है ना, मौसूफ
अल्लाह के साथ यस।
जी,
हाँ
सो
मसऊफ
गनी एंड हमीद किसी की प्रॉपर होनी चाहिए ना सिफा,
यस यस
बट वो वाला इसम मिसिंग है यहाँ पे। वो मिसिंग इसलिए है बिकॉज अल्लाह इज the word Allah is mubtada. It is used in a sentence structure, not a fragment. When such things are used in a fragment structure, then you would have al-ghaniyu, al-hamidu.
हमीदुन।
Okay?
फहद भाई अभी
जी।
तो हम थोड़ा बहुत वाकिफ हैं, तो हम समझ गए कि मौसूफ यहाँ पे नहीं मिसिंग है। लेकिन अगर हम सिर्फ देखें तो गनीउन को, अगर एक ले पर्सन देखे तो गनीउन जो है उसको मौसूफ पिक करके हमीदुन को सफा नहीं किया जा सकता। But it
Of
doesn't make
course,
sense. It
I
doesn't
mean,
make sense.
some grammarians actually pick the entire thing, call it Mausuf Sifa, and may label it as one khabar. But when you go into a deeper commonsensical translation of things,
Then things
Ghani cannot be a Mausuf
Mausuf.
of a Sifa Hamid,
Absolutely.
right?
ठीक है,
So it doesn't make
got it,
sense.
got it.
There's invisible is after Allahu, correct?
Ji, correct.
Because of proper common followed by proper relationship. That's why.
There is in most cases हम पढ़ा था ना कि the invisible is
There
after
is
that. So it's
invisible
one of
is,
the
Waqas bhai, you are absolutely right. There is invisible is. This means Allah is all Ghani and all Hamid. Okay, that's what it would mean. Okay, this one, who is going to do this?
So Zalika is pointer, so it is khabar, not khabar, mubtada.
Mubtada.
Muqtada, correct.
Allah is harf of jar, word Allahi is majroor.
Correct.
So,
Allah
and
jar majroor.
yasirun is rafa again, so it's khabar.
It's Khabar. Correct.
ACB.
So ACB structure. Everyone comfortable, guys? Easy?
Not sure easy, but yes, comfortable.
Zabardast. MashaAllah. Okay. लोग कहाँ पहुंच गए आप?
इसकी मीनिंग क्या बनेगी डॉक्टर साहब? ज़ालिका अलल्लाहि यसीरु,
That is upon Allah very easy. ठीक है? And it's in a this is literal meaning. ठीक है? That is upon Allah very easy. Basically in English you would say for Allah that is super easy.
MashaAllah.
यहाँ पे जो बात हो रही है पीछे, जब बहुत जबरदस्त बात हो रही है, ज़अमल लज़ीना कफरू अन लन युबअसू, do you think those who disbelieve, do you think Allah cannot raise you again? कुल बला व रब्बी, by my lord, यहाँ पे कसम, this is वरब्बी is a jar majroor, so oaths, ठीक है? कुल, Allah says, say to them, for sure, by my lord, latub'asunna summa latunabba'una. He will not only raise you, he will also give you all the details of your amal, bima amiltum, what you used to do. Okay? And that for Allah is very easy. That is the whole context of this thing. Okay? So we will reach a point, inshallah, once we have done some failed studies a bit more, where we will pick up these surahs. Two surahs I have on my list: Surah Kafirun, not Surah Kafirun, Surah Munafiqun and Surah Taghabun. We'll decode the entire surah in all the possible details, even learning where these words come from, what are the original forms of these words. So you have the full authority, inshallah, on this. This one. मुब्तदा खबर मुताल्लिक बिल खबर.
Zalika is mubtada.
ذلك مبتدا. ذلك الفوز is proper followed by commonly is दोनों अल्फाउजुल हाजी, अल्फाउजु रफा में आ गया ना, तो ये इस
ये तो वो नहीं होगा, फ्रेगमेंट नहीं होगा, क्योंकि ज़ालिकल फौजु है.
Correct, that's what I was getting at. So this is zalikal fawzu. It's a ism ishara fragment, isn't it? It's a zalikal fawzu. It's a zalika followed by an al. You have mubtada as a pointer when you have zalika, a pointer not followed by an al. Correct? This is the case where you have a pointer followed by al. Is that clear?
That is a fragment rather than a sentence, obviously.
That entire thing would be labeled as a fragment. Okay. You will find in translations it is translated as that is the great success. But grammatically, there is no is here. It's a fragment. The entire big fragment. So success is great. It's great and it's success. Al fawzu al azimu is mawsuf sifa, and zalik al fawzu is a pointer fragment. It's all connected together. That great success. That's what it means. That is a great success is not right.
लेकिन हाँ भाई फिर इससे अब इसको ट्रांसलेट करेंगे तो उसमें थोड़ी कंफ्यूजन है कि अगर हम कहते हैं दैट द ग्रेट सक्सेस,
क्या कंफ्यूजन है?
मतलब उसमें सेंस, मतलब जब आप ट्रांसलेट करोगे वर्ड को,
जी
देखिए जब तक आप इज नहीं लगाओगे तब तक वो नहीं बनेगी, सेंस नहीं बनेगी सेंटेंस.
No, you're forcing a fragment to become a sentence by putting an is. You can't do that. Or you don't find a sense here because you are just taking things out of context from different places and just trying to learn grammar.
अच्छा ठीक है, आप पूरा उसको
Right?
जब करोगे आया को
Of
फिर
course,
सेंस
there is a full context before and after, na?
ठीक है.
That we can't ignore. I want to show you something before we close the class, and we have done this before, but this time I think you will appreciate the beauty of this better. I think the first 3 or 4 ayahs, Surah Fatiha. Okay. We have done this before. You should be able to, inshallah, do it a lot better now. Now, alhamdu, what type of word? Can I label it something?
Proper.
It's a proper.
Proper.
It's a proper ism in Rafa. Okay, so and now I'm thinking, what is it doing here? What is this word doing here? Alhamdu lillah. What is this word doing here? So I go to the next word and I find lillahi, which is jar majroor. Correct? So is there something going on between alhamdu and lillahi?
Idafa? Not idafa. No idafa.
Next जो है वो तो जार मजरूर है ना, लिल्लाही व लिल्लाही.
Next is jar majroor. The first one is proper.
तो ये वो break in chain.
Jumla ismiyah.
It's a break in the chain.
It's
a break in the chain. This is the break in the chain case. I could not teach you that because I had not taught you how harf of jar operates in a jumla ismiyah.
Father sir, ये explain करते हैं जो ये break in chain कैसे हुआ?
Now, what can be mubtada? A pointer can be mubtada. This is not a pointer. Pronoun can be mubtada. It is not a pronoun. Harf of nasab cannot be harf of nasab. It is proper followed by common. No, it's not the case because there is a lillahi and not an ism after it. Right? It's a harf of jar after it, not a common ism. So the last criteria I had for mubtada or invisible is was break in the chain. I found alhamdu and I found lillahi, and there is absolutely no relationship between the two. Right? So I would label it as a break in the chain in the middle. I'll repeat it. The way I'm thinking about it is when I found the first word and I'm thinking, okay, when I find a proper ism, I know if it is followed by a common ism, then it can be mubtada. Okay, so I go forward and I find lillahi. I did not find a common ism, rather I found the C, the jar majroor. Right? So it is not proper followed by common. So I still cannot label it a mubtada yet. So I go and check, is it a pronoun? Is it a pointer? Is it harf of nasab? Is it any of these things? No, it's not. So it's not really falling on any criteria other than the criteria of break in the chain. The only way I can detect it's a mubtada is it's a proper ism in rafa, which mubtada needs to be in rafa, and it's usually proper. Okay? And it has no relationship with the next phrase or word that's coming after it, and it does not fall into any category of the above pronouns and pointers that I've learned. So I would label it as a break in the chain concept. And because of that, I will put an invisible is between alhamdu and lillahi. Is this clear?
Yeah.
Good. So alhamdu becomes a mubtada.
Mubtada.
This is our mubtada. All praise and gratitude is for Allah. Is for Allah. Now lillahi, what is lillahi? Jar majroor.
Harf of
And
jar.
jar, yes, harf of jar. And so jar majroor, what bucket it goes in Jumla Ismiyah?
C.
C.
Mutaa'liq bil khabar.
Mutaa'liq bil khabar. Okay, so mutaa'liq bil khabar. So I'm getting a sense this sentence is a C type of sentence so far. Okay, so it is a mutaa'liq bil khabar. Now I move forward and I find Rabbi. Is there a relationship of the word Rabbi with lillahi in some shape and form? Because I'm thinking Rabbi is jar. Why is it jar? Because remember, ism can be jar in two cases that we learned. Harf of jar and when it is mudaf ilay. And there is a third case that creates a possibility of ism becoming jar. Let's see who detects it. Is there a relationship between Allah and Rabb?
It's an idafa, light with no al followed by jar.
What is mudaf?
Lillahi.
Word Allah.
No, lillahi it is jar majroor. It cannot be mudaf.
So this is proper after a comma.
Okay, let's see what we have studied so far. It cannot be idafa because lillahi is jar majroor. It cannot be harf of nasab because I don't see harf of nasab here. It cannot be isam ishara and musharun ilay pointer fragment because I don't see a pointer here. What am I missing?
So common followed by proper.
There is no common concept because it's a jar majroor.
Okay.
Right? It's a fragment.
Break and chain.
No. Is there a fragment that I could apply here? So we have learned idafa, we've learned mawsuf sifa, we've learned harf of nasab.
Mawsuf sifa.
Mawsuf sifa.
Mawsuf sifa. Because word Allahi and Rabbi.
Now we're talking.
Rabbi is sifa of word
Correct.
Allah.
Who is Allah? Allah is Rabb. Allah is Rabb. So four properties of the word Allah is jar, singular, masculine, proper. Rabbi, jar, singular, masculine, proper. Mawsuf sifa. Everyone with me on this?
फहाद भाई वर्ड रब्बी जो है ये प्रॉपर मतलब ये प्रॉपर में आएगा या ये प्रॉपर इसलिए कि रब्बिल आलमीन इसको प्रॉपर बना रहा है.
Correct, because Rabbi is light no al followed by jar. Everyone agrees Rabbil Alameen is idafa. No confusion there.
जी.
Do we agree? Good. So now because the mudaf ilay is proper, the word Rabbi will become what? Proper. When it becomes proper, it is jar, singular, masculine, and proper. Therefore, the four properties match.
तो रब्बिल आलमीन एक फ्रैगमेंट होगा ना, हम रब को अलग तो नहीं कर सकते फहद भाई?
जी 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 नहीं कर सकते, नहीं कर सकते. आई एम टेकिंग यू स्टेप बाय स्टेप. So because the word, the status of the idafa is defined by mudaf, not mudaf ilayh, right? So when you want to map the mawsuf sifa, you would see the properties of the mudaf, not the mudaf ilayh. So the four properties of mudaf match with the word Allah. Therefore, you will put this entire thing as a sifa of the word Allah. Everyone sees that or not?
जी.
Okay.
फहद एक दफा दोबारा बोलना कि
जी दोबारा बोल रहा हूँ.
status in mudaf ilayh is dictated by mudaf.
Oops.
Other way
जी
around.
जी जी देखें, the status of an idafa, the status of an idafa is dictated by the mudaf. Sorry, is detected by the mudaf. जो ये idafa fragment है, we all agree this is an idafa fragment, right? Now this idafa fragment has a word rab in it. Rab is jar, it is singular, it is masculine, and it is proper. Why proper? Because of the al of its mudaf ilayh. So because these are the four properties of the word rab in an idafa, we will say the entire idafa has these properties. Okay? The mudaf the mudaf defines the property of the idafa fragment. That's what I'm saying. Clear, Tala?
हाँ, फहद मैं बेसिकली स्टेटस को वो उससे मैच कर रहा था, वो
हाँ.
प्रॉपर या कॉमन से, वो मुदाफ इलैह डिक्टेट करता है.
ठीक है. The lafzul jalala also has the four properties, right? So the word Allah becomes the mawsuf, and the word Rabb, the Rabb is the sifa, and because it's in the relationship with Al Alameen, the entire Rabbil Alameen is going to become the sifa of the word Allah. All right? Everyone with me? So this entire thing is connected. Lillahi Rabbil Alameen. यहाँ तक clear है? Feedback. Yes? Good.
Yes.
Good. Excellent. Now I move forward to the next one. Ar-Rahmani, what is the status?
Proper.
फहद भाई एक चीज, ये फिर ए सी बनेगा ना, ए सी बनेगा या ए सी बनेगा?
जी, this is A and this is so far C.
The whole will be C.
Because everything is connected, na? And started with a C. So everything is connected, so you're going to put it in the C bucket. Okay? Now, Ar-Rahmani.
So sifa.
What? This is a sifa. Sifa of what?
Word Allah.
Sifa of the word Allah, because it matches in the four properties. Is jar, singular, masculine, proper. Again matches with the word Allah. You can't match it with the word Rabbi, because Rabbi itself is a sifa. You cannot make a sifa of another sifa. You will make a sifa of the mawsuf. Right? So this is going to be sifa number 2. This is sifa number 1. Because this is also connected, my scope of C will expand. Right? Because it's all connected. Everyone with me?
Yeah.
Very good. Next one. What's the relationship of Ar-Rahimi?
Sifa.
Sifa again.
Sifa number 3. Jar, singular, masculine, proper. Again defining the sifa of the lafzul jalala. The scope of C increases even further. It's still connected, all chained. Then move forward. Maliki. 4 properties.
Just Maliki is jar,
Jar,
singular, मेन कॉमन,
ये कॉमन होगा लेकिन ये प्रॉपर होगा क्योंकि आगे इजाफा फ्रेगमेंट पूरा बन रहा है.
Correct. Let's go through that process. So then Maliki is common. Looks like it's not matching with the word Allah in properties. So we go to Yawmi. Yawmi is jar, singular, masculine, and again common, but it's also a mudaf. And then there is a mudaf ilay, right? And this mudaf ilay makes this Qawmi proper, right? And then because Maliki and Yawmi, what relationship is this? Idafa. Because Yomi becomes proper, Maliki becomes proper, isn't it?
Yes.
Therefore, another sifa of the word Allah. What is the sifa? Maliki Yomi Deen, the owner of the day of the judgment. That entire thing is sifa number 4. Still connected?
जी.
The scope of C expands. Right? Now, what you're looking here is Mubtada, and you're looking at the one big Mutaa'liq bil Khabar. One big giant Mutaa'liq bil Khabar. It is an AC sentence. And Shamsbhai should answer your question. There are 3 ayahs. And it's expanding all through this 3 ayahs. One big sentence.
जी. Say.
Right? AC. Okay? And now you should understand why the study of the fragments was super critical, because now you are able to see the application in the sentence structures. So you're saying all praise and gratitude are for Allah, the master of the worlds, the most merciful, the most gracious, the owner of the day of the judgment. Yep.
जी.
Excellent. Now, of course, we're running out of time, so I have taught the first part. This one. Harf of jar. And I will give you very quickly in 1 minute the second part. And then we will pause here and complete it, inshallah, in the next class. Okay. So idafa with special mudafs of time and place. The second category of muta'alliq bil khabar is when you have an idafa with special mudafs. And you should know special mudafs from this page. Page number 22 of your notes. We did that. Remember, these are the mudafs that do not give you off meanings. If you remember them, they are few that represent time and space. There are few in this represent time and space. For example, above, before, this is the place. Below, in front of, it tells you about time, space, where exactly, when and where type of answer. Okay. So in these ones, I'll highlight 3. Bada, Kulla, and Ayyu. These 3 are will not give you a muta'alliq bil fail. Muta'alliq bil khabar, sorry. It will not give you a muta'alliq bil khabar. Whenever you have an idafa in a Jumla Ismiyah with any of the others, from fawqa, qabla, baina, hawla, in the all of these, the ones that I've not highlighted, when you find a mudaf ilay with these words, it is going to be a muta'alliq bil khabar. These words are going to give you Mutaa'liq bil Khabar. More about them, inshallah, in the next class. I'll give you some terminology and we'll do some practice. But just want to give you this information. So when you find an ayah where you have one of these words being used in a Jumla Ismiyah, then you can label it as a Mutaa'liq bil Khabar. Okay? So if I go more than this at this point, it will be too much. Okay? But inshallah, I hope this is this is easy for you to understand that in a Jumla Ismiyah, harf of jar, jar majroor is a Mutaa'liq bil Khabar, the C part, and it should allow you to, inshallah, investigate a little bit more in the Quran. Try to find these things. When you look at when you look at an ayah that starts with one of these things that we have in the A, that starts with the mubtada, then look for the khabar and the muta'alliq bil khabar. And just like previous week, share them on the group and let's have a discussion. And it will firm up, inshallah, by the time we hit next week. And in the next week, we will have a test. And then after that, we will do this one. So in the test, are you okay if I include these things or do you want me to skip this?
Skip, please.
Okay. I'll skip the Jumla Ismiyah. Ji? Skip? Unanimous consensus? Okay. I'll skip the Jumla Ismiyah completely. Inshallah, you won't have to do that, but the other things will be part of the test. Last thing before I leave, I hope you guys are comfortable doing tests like this. So pick up a pen in a PDF or a Word, doing drawing and underlining, pick up a text and writing something. Is that comfortable with all of you to do remotely?
Yeah.
Yes.
Inshallah.
Okay, good. Chale, inshallah, next class, we have a test. It's 1.5 hours and all the very best. Inshallah, if you have anything to clarify, we have a WhatsApp group.
फाद भाई ये जब जुमला इसमें पूरा हो जाएगा सी के साथ तो इसकी भी फिर एक एक्सरसाइज क्लास एक्सरसाइज वैसे ही रख लेंगे कि मतलब क्लास में कोई सूरतें मतलब डिकोड करते रहे वो इस तरह से ज्यादा इजी वो इस तरह ज्यादा समझ आ रही है इसकी ना
Absolutely, and I would want you all to do this, that instead of me doing it. So Jumla Ismiyah mein you have done the standard structure A, B, and C, but you have to do abnormal structures too. Okay, so but once you have this foundation, other things can become very easy. Okay? Inshallah, we'll do that. Okay, chale. Thank you very much. Jazakallah. Inshallah, I'll share the recording with you and all the very best for next week. Let's be on time and start on time because you will need that time, 1.5 hours. Okay?
So test from the start till the end of जो हमने ये अपने किए हैं fragments, right?
जी, nothing about the Jumla Ismiyah, but everything before Jumla Ismiyah.
वकाज़े के ऐसे रहो जैसे सब आता है जुमला इसमिया से पहले
यार पूछ रहा हूँ भाई इसलिए तो पूछ रहा हूँ वो शायद कह रहे हैं यार ऐसा करो आप ऐसा करो आधा कर लो लेकिन ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है तो ठीक है
अरे आधा करने का तो मैं आपको कह सकता हूँ वो तो कोई मसला नहीं है आप आधा कर लीजिएगा टेस्ट नो प्रॉब्लम वकास भाई
टेस्ट नहीं निसाब की बात कर रहे थे सर
बहुत शुक्रिया सर
जज़ाकल्लाह खैर अस्सलाम वालेकुम